What's up and welcome back to another video. So the month of August has literally slipped away. I don't know how it wound up September, but it is September 2nd to be. Hey, close the door please.
Okay.
Yeah, I see you got a ham tongue.
That's Katie. It's just him.
Anyways, it is September 2nd, which means it is time to close out of August budget, and get September's budget ready to go for the month. So let's do it. All right, let me share my screen. Three, two. So this was August monthly budget. If you have not watched the video of me going in and plugging my numbers, I will link it somewhere on the screen. But this is what we were looking like for August. And so closing out this budget, trying to see how well or horribly I did, I'm going to be focusing on this side where it says the budgeted amount, the actual amount, and the difference. When it comes to the majority of my bills, especially the fixed bills, they're not going to change much. But I did go in and fix the side hustle amount because that was a little more than what I was expecting. But as far as my salary, you know, the paychecks that I'm getting from my 9 to 5, that doesn't change. They are always the same. So the actual amount was $3,400. There wasn't a difference. When it came to the side hustle, I did make a bit more than what I was expecting. So that was $1,690 and some change. So that was over by $390. So I had an additional, pretty much an additional $400. And then the brand payment that I was working with, that was $3,500. So that was the same amount. Now, yes, this does look good, but if you know, you know, with the home repairs, I've had some extra repairs come in. I'm still paying back some repairs. So it seems like a lot of money, but honestly, it's not. It's not. So let's see. So the amount that I actually brought in the month of August was $8,590. Once again, brand payments don't come often. I don't really work with brands anymore, so it's often not that much. But seems like a lot of money. To me, it doesn't feel like a lot of money, especially when you have to spread it over 3 people in total. So let's go to housing and bills expenses to see how we did. So for rent / my mortgage, I budget for $825. Now my mortgage amount is not that low. I wish it was $825, but it is not. If you're new here, I did put back 12 months worth of the difference in my bills account so that I would be able to keep my budget relatively the same as it was when I was living in my duplex. So $825, and that is how much was sent over from my paychecks to my bills account. Insurance is included in the mortgage, and I have no gas. So for electricity, I've been fist fighting AC problems with this home, and the AC unit is running all the time, which means that my bill is high. My bill is super high. It's always super high now. And it is what it is until I can get that figured out. So for the month of August, the amount was $242.35. So obviously I was over budget by $72.35. And really quickly, before I get started putting the actual amount in the rest of the fields, I want to duplicate this for September to use that later. So alarm system, that is the same. That was $60. Lawn service, this was a little bit more. I did have the neighborhood kids cutting my lawn. I pay them $55 every 2 weeks. And now I have found someone who is going to come and do my lawn just to make sure it's done properly. And so the initial consultation and everything, he had a lot of work to fix and do, so that was $100. And then I did have the kids come before he came that one time, so that was a total of $155. And then after that, it will be a total of $60 every 2 weeks, so $120. Not too far off from what I was paying the neighborhood kids. So I'm over budget by $45. Internet and cable, that's always the same. Water bill was $73.08 in August, so under budget by about $12 here. And mobile is the same. Obviously I just rounded the amounts. It's not $80 flat, but just to keep everything simple in the budget, I do round the fixed expenses. So when it comes to my groceries, I budgeted $480, but looking back, it looks like in groceries, I paid $284.60. So obviously I am under budget. I do not trust this amount because on certain days we do eat out, and I wouldn't have needed to take that from the groceries amount. What I'm going to do differently for September, y'all, is to use my spending tracker, because I have got, okay, what happened here? All right, so got that fixed. What I'm gonna do here is start tracking my spending, and that is pretty much with everything outside of my main bills that come out of my bills account, just so I can know exactly what I spent on what. Because as you can see, I have absolutely no idea what part went to groceries, what part went to eating out that was pulled from the grocery funds, and I'm just not in a position right now to not track these things. So that is my goal for September, is to track literally every single transaction that I make outside of my bills that come from my bills account. And that's also going to include debt. So anytime I send an amount to my credit cards, it could be from my buffer account, my personal funds account, wherever, I need to include that here, just so I know exactly where each dollar is going, if that makes sense. So back to the August budget, we're just going to leave that like that is, because I did not overdraw the account. I have money still in the account, so I'm obviously under budget, just not quite sure how much. For my cat's premium, that's always the same. For gym, that is probably going to change for September or October, because I've been working out from home, so I'm going to take some features off. Hopefully that frees up some money. All of these are the same. $10, $2 for subscriptions. And now let's get to debts. So for my auto loan, that is $200 every 2 weeks, so bi-weekly, or $400 a month. That is what I sent to Miss Toyota. I did pay off American Express and Capital One. It did take a little less than what I had budgeted for, so I did come under budget for these two. For my city account, you guys know I had some unexpected repairs, so that kind of honestly, y'all, derailed the whole month of August for me. I was not expecting my water heater to explode, but who is, you know? And I believe I got my new AC unit. Yeah, I got my AC unit, the indoor-outdoor unit, this month too, and I didn't really know exactly how much I was going to be coming out of. But now I know. And so let me see how much I sent to City. Okay, so for City Diamond, I have 2 city cards, both with 0 intro APR periods. I sent in the month of August. Clearly I ain't sent, you know, I haven't sent a lot for the month of August because it's not showing anything. So I sent a total of $40, which is fine. A total of $40 to City Diamond, and I don't expect to see much for the other city card either. $33 was sent to my main city card, so obviously that freed up some money, but that was due to repairs and having to pay for my portion. Personal funds, I budgeted $550. Once again, I did not use the spending tracker. I have zero idea how much I actually spent, but I can say I get paid next week, and I have let's see how much I have exactly in my personal funds. All right, so I have $40.20 remaining until, well, until payday. So let's see, I'm just going to subtract that from this and just say that I spent $510, and honestly, y'all, by the time I get to payday, it's going to be $550. So I'm just gonna say $550 to keep everything just simple. For gas, $200 because I had just enough. Insurance, that doesn't change, $95. Car maintenance, that $60 was put over into my sinking fund. Tithing, I did go ahead. That was one of the first things that I did. So that $500, that was tithed. And I don't have any childcare or anything. Now $300 was to go into my buffer account. $200 I know at least has gone into there. It may have been the total $300. I am not sure. Let me check in my account to see, but I don't believe that it was. Yeah, so I know actually $200 was put into the buffer account. For my savings, I wanted to put back $300. It was $260. $529, that stayed the same. For my daughter, the $60 to my Roth IRA stayed the same. Custodial accounts, that I was only able to put $60, so $40 less than what I wanted. And I think, yeah, that was it for all of the expenses. So the difference, when it came to my total income, I had $390 more than what I was expecting. For my actual expenses, it says that I had a difference of $924, which means that I had $924 less than what I was actually budgeting for. Stay tuned for that. That's not right, because this 13, 14, 11 actually went to covering repairs, to holding me over with these repairs, because I'm out of network for my home warranty, and so I have to pay them up front, and then they reimburse me like a month or so later. So I'm SOL for these amounts until I get a check in the mail, and I just pray to God that they don't change their mind after I've already paid for the repairs. And so that is how my month of August was looking. Obviously, when it came to these two amounts, I did have to pull over from my excess funds to my bills account to cover them. And so using the feedback that I got from my August budget, I now know how to move forward when it comes to September, and some more expenses are being added in this month. So let's go to September. This amount is going to stay the same. So salary is not going to change. Once again, I'm salary, so it does not really vary much. For my side hustle amount, I do know I have at least $2,900 coming in. And let me clear these out. And I have no brand payment for this month. So total income I have to work with for this month is $6,300. The bills are going to stay the same. Once again, these amounts are placed into my bills account. They are direct deposited into that account from each paycheck. So I have them divided evenly amongst each paycheck. Lawn service, since I'm paying him $60 every 2 weeks, that is going to change to $120. But everything else is pretty much the same. I do know how much certain bills are coming out for the month of September based on how much I used, energy I used and things from August, and it ain't looking too pretty, honestly. So electric bill did go up from August. So August it was $242.35. This month, y'all, it's going to be so this month it is going to be $269.77. It just keeps getting higher and higher every single month. But good thing is I do have someone coming out next week to check the energy efficiency of my home, to hopefully seal up some ducts or whatever they call it if needed, and to see about insulation, and hopefully, guys, that works. But whatever recommendations that they have, they're going to check to see why my bills are so high. So that came in clutch. If you have energy, definitely look into that program that they have, because you could possibly be getting free insulation and free work that will help you to increase the energy efficiency of your home. So $269.77. Ooh, for electricity, I do have to bring that up, which is really sad, but whatever. What my water bill did go up. It's going to be $102.34. I'm just going to round that, honestly, y'all, to 102. I can find 34 cents. And then I'm going to round this to 270. And this has gone up because my water heater was making it rain literally in the house. And so that caused the water bill to go up, but it's okay. I am going to call them and see if there's anything that I can do, and to let them know that this was a leak, and to see if hopefully they can adjust my bill, as long as I send them the actual repairs and what was happening, because I was able to do that for my last apartment that I was in. So fingers crossed I can do that again. When it comes to groceries, I know it's not going to be this much, but I am going to come back to that when I see how much money I have to work with at the end. Dining out, all of that, I'm not going to break it down. I am going to be tracking my expenses just to see if anything else needs to be adjusted for the month of October. That way I know that I'm working with realistic amounts for my lifestyle and what I need. So my premium, my CATS premium, all of that is going to stay the same. This may change, so I'm going to actually make a comment. And remove the childcare feature because I no longer need that. Disney Plus, all of that is going to stay the same. Auto loan stays the same. I do not have this anymore, and I know I'm not sending $600 probably to that. So I'll go back and adjust it once I see how much money I have to work with after everything. What is new is student loans. I do know I had a couple of people ask me, you know, hey, what are you doing about student loans? I'm not doing anything. Advantage is going to get what Advantage is going to get. I'm going to set up my cute little monthly, you know, auto pay amount, and it is what it is. My student loan balance is not that high. So I'm going to send them $100 a month, which is a little more than what they calculated. But I just want to get this over with and paid back off by the beginning of 2024. So if everything goes well, beginning of 2024, student loans are gone again. I actually have more in credit card debt than I do in student loans. So that's what it is. That's the tea on that. Tithing, we finna see. I'm not quite sure. And sports. So for sports, my daughter is getting private lessons to just help with her skills in softball this season, and that is $85 a lesson. And I want to get her 2 more lessons in the month of September. So what is that, y'all? So 85 times 2, that is $170 for training. Buffer amount is always, I think, a total of $92 even gets sent in there. So $184 for the buffer. And we're gonna see what I'm going to send to my emergency fund, custodial accounts, based off of how much I have to work with. So all right, it looks like I have way more money than I should. It's saying I should have a total amount of $3,042.97. I am feeling like something's missing because I should be pretty tight for the month of September. So let's go back up here. Let's do $100 into custodial accounts, $50 into my daughters, $50 into my sons. I did have to drop these at the height of inflation and once I got into this house. So that's all they're getting right now, $50. Savings is going to be, let's start with $1,000 right now to put back from the repairs. Tithing, oh God, don't strike me down, but $100. And we've got the $200 for gas, car maintenance, my insurance, that's accounted for. Student loans is accounted for. Let's shoot for $100 from each card. I have my auto loan accounted for. I'm really wondering what it is. Am I missing something? Groceries. I think I'm going to keep groceries the same as I did for August. So $480. How much did I spend? Oh, $284. So for groceries, I'm going to keep it the same, the amount I budgeted for August, because once again, eating out is probably going to be taken out of this as well for the days like I really just don't have time coming from practice and everything. $480, that puts me at $1162 that I still need to allocate for the month of September. $200. The $200 personal funds, y'all, I know this is not going to work. So probably I'm going to add an additional $270 once the extra income comes in. So $470 for personal funds, because once again, this has to be for 3 people in total. So $470, that does include eating out. So I don't have it broken down, but it includes like all of this: coffee, hobbies, clothes and shoes, hair and beauty. All of that is going to have to be taken out of that $470. But I think that's pretty much it. So okay, so I knew I was not a lunatic, y'all. I'm like, I have way too much money. Like, I had already done my numbers in my head. I'm like, I have way too much money. So this is why I do not have $2,900 coming in. I have $2,650 coming in. So a total of, yeah, $2,649. I'm gonna round it to $2,650. So I have a total of $6,050 coming in for the month of September. That sounds a hell of a lot better. So I have a total of $642. that I have in excess. So I'm gonna add, once again, money to my buffer, and it's probably gonna have to be $200 more. So $384 just to be realistic, and then the rest of the money I'm going to plan to send it to savings. So $1442. My main focus now is just recovering what I have lost from my repairs, and then getting back to my credit card debt so that I can be freed up and can place these funds somewhere else. So that leaves me with a golden gap or spendable income amount of $97. I'm going to zero that out, do a zero-based budget. So every dollar is accounted for. This is going to put me in a pretty good position because I owe, if you would have watched my previous video to this, my savings goal, I owe a total of $2,340. $2,300, yeah. And so what is $2,340 minus $1,442? So I'll have $898 left to go until I get those repairs paid off, and then I'm going to add a bit more to my savings to increase the buffer in that, so I can get back to my credit card debt. But hopefully nothing else breaks down. I really don't feel like anything else could possibly break down, knock on wood. All the major appliances have pretty much been repaired. So this is wrapping up my month of September, closing out the month of August, and hopefully I can stick to my budget. I feel pretty good about these numbers. I just have to remember to go in here after every transaction outside of my main bills and track my spending. Today, I can already tell you, on my way to my daughter's private softball lesson, I went to Starbucks, and today is the 2nd. So let me show you how this works. Starbucks, I paid $4.11, and what is this? I'm gonna say dining out drinks. This is of course part of my personal funds, and I paid with card. And as you can see, dining out drinks, that has been taken from this category. And let's see. So what I'll have to do is, based on what I said I was going to budget for personal funds, what was that? What was that? So personal, that was $470. So $470 for the entire month. That would be about $200 every 2 weeks. So I'm gonna act as though like this is a new paycheck. So for this paycheck that I'm going into, I'm just going to pull it from that. So $200, and we're going to start with that amount. So I know that I have $195.89 left, because all we do is eat out with our funds. So we're probably just going to use this category. And if it needs to change, then it can always change. But I do like that I'm feeling a lot more organized with my finances. I don't have the luxury of just being willy-nilly, because I don't have that huge slush fund anymore. Your girl has been very humbled with these home repairs, but getting back on track, feeling good. Hopefully this was really helpful to you guys. Leave me down below how you are doing your budget for the month of September. How did the month of August treat you? Hopefully it treated you a lot better than it treated me, but I will catch you guys in the next video.